My name is Tawakie Richards. My story is called The New Normal, Another Day, Another Disaster. In December 2020, leading into April 2021, in the midst of the COVID-19 pandemic, Caribbean island St. Vincent and the Grenadines volcano La Soufrière awoke. After 4 decades, La Soufrière erupted explosively on April 9, 2021. Across SVG and neighboring Caribbean island Barbados were covered in ashes as ashfall continued for weeks. The disastrous consequences of the eruption included shortages and contamination of water. Residents of the island were compelled to persevere, accept, and adjust to the disaster, and for the majority, this was very difficult. The last explosive eruption was on April 22, 2021. Some days following this explosion, the island was flooded. These flooding events happened quickly after the recent explosive eruptions and prolonged water shortages. The falling ash, dense, fast-moving flows of solidified lava pieces, and hot gases incinerating anything in its path or pyroclastic flows destroyed crops and contaminated water reservoirs. Garth Sanders, Minister of SVG, Water and Sewer Authority said, "The windward eastern coast is our biggest challenge today, and what we are providing is a finite amount. We will run out at some point." Coping with COVID-19 became harder as water was needed to wash hands. More consequences from the disastrous volcanic eruptions and flooding were destruction of property and people being psychologically stressed. People felt that as they coped with a disaster today, they will encounter another one tomorrow. Adam Billin tended his crops on land near La Soufrière said everything, meaning livelihood, is gone. We have to look at the next couple of months as it's not going to be a quick fix from the government. Months after the eruption and flooding, SVG was directly hit by Hurricane Elsa. Sandy Bay, which is an area already devastated by the eruptions, police station, as well as Owia and Georgetown police stations, sustained damage. Various houses in Sandy Bay and Owia lost their roofs, and a resident from Belair became homeless after a fallen tree flattened his home. A similar situation happened in Gumi. The agricultural sector recovery efforts were hampered as strong winds and heavy rainfall destroyed crops. The shoreline was affected by rough seas. There was damage to fisheries infrastructure, and heavy rainfall from Hurricane Elsa also caused mud flows onto the roadways. The Central Water Sewerage Authority, Solid Waste Management Unit CWSCSWMU, was forced to shut down all water supply sources as a precautionary measure during the passage of Hurricane Elsa. Systems reopened as soon as weather conditions improved. When the water supply was restored, the water quantity and quality was adequate to sustain human well-being. Many residents will have subconsciously understood the IWRM principle of fresh water being a finite and vulnerable resource essential to sustain life, development, and the environment. The government responded to the disasters by financially assisting people and with the reassurance that what had been destroyed will be restored. As they received assistance, people in turn assisted one another, made wiser financial choices, and many religious beliefs strengthened. Thus, a proper enabling environment established the rights and assets of all stakeholders, which includes individuals, public and private sector, companies, women, men, poor, and the better off, while ensuring environmental quality. Mother Teresa once said, "I alone cannot change the world, but I can cast a stone across waters to create many ripples." While our work feels small and insignificant at times, a small ripple can gain enough momentum and build up an invincible current. This is the end of my story. Thank you.